So, you've finally stopped caring. Maybe it took weeks, months, or even years, but you reached that breaking point where you just couldn't handle the emotional roller coaster anymore. You pulled away, stopped feeding the narcissist's need for validation, and now you're waiting to see what happens next. Spoiler alert, it's not going to be pretty. When you stop caring about a narcissist, you disrupt their entire supply chain. Narcissists thrive on attention, validation, and admiration. Your disengagement throws their sense of control completely off balance, and they don't like that one bit. At first, you might notice the narcissist becomes confused. They're not used to being ignored, especially by someone who's consistently been giving them what they crave. They might try subtle tactics to reel you back in, playing on your emotions and attempting to restore their power. This could start with them suddenly being overly kind, offering apologies or compliments, saying they miss you, or acting as if they've had some profound realization about their behavior. It's all part of the game. They're testing the waters to see if you'll come back, and if you do, they've won. But if you continue to hold your ground, if you maintain your indifference, you'll begin to see the narcissist's true colors emerge. Narcissists hate losing control, and when they can't manipulate you into caring again, they'll start resorting to more desperate tactics. This is where things can get nasty. One of the most common reactions is narcissistic rage. They may lash out, insult you, or try to make you feel guilty. The switch from charm to anger is often quick and brutal. Why? Because deep down, narcissists are incredibly insecure. When you stop feeding their ego, it feels like an attack on their fragile sense of self-worth, and they react by going on the offensive. You might also experience the silent treatment. This is a favorite tactic among narcissists because it's a passive-aggressive way of punishing you for your lack of attention. They'll stop responding to your messages, ignore you in social settings, and act as if you don't exist. It's their way of saying, "You didn't give me what I wanted, so now I'll take away my presence." The silent treatment can be emotionally devastating, especially if you still have lingering feelings for them. But it's crucial to recognize it for what it is: a manipulation tactic. By not engaging with it, you show that you're no longer under their control. Another thing to watch for is what's known as hoovering. Just like a vacuum sucks up dirt, a narcissist will try to suck you back into their world once they realize they're losing you. This can take many forms. Maybe they'll send you a nostalgic text, reminiscing about the good times and pretending like nothing bad ever happened. Or maybe they'll suddenly show up where you are, acting surprised to see you. But in reality, it was planned all along. The goal is simple: get you back into their orbit, where they can continue to manipulate and control you. Don't be fooled by these attempts. They may seem genuine, but they're all about getting you back to serving their needs. If hoovering and rage don't work, narcissists often resort to smearing your reputation. This can be particularly damaging because it's all done behind your back. They'll tell mutual friends, family members, or colleagues how awful you've been, twisting the truth to paint themselves as the victim and you as the villain. This can be incredibly frustrating because it feels like your character is being attacked and you have no control over it. But again, this is all part of their game. They want you to react, to defend yourself, to re-engage with them, even if it's through conflict. Remember, to a narcissist, attention is attention, whether it's positive or negative. Then there's the victim card. Narcissists are masters at turning situations around to make themselves look like the ones who've been wronged. If all else fails, they'll start playing up how much your indifference is hurting them. You'll hear things like, "I've been so good to you, and this is how you treat me," or, "After everything I've done for you, you're just going to walk away." They might even bring out the tears, hoping to guilt you into feeling sorry for them. But here's the thing. They don't actually care about your feelings. They're simply trying to regain what they've lost: your attention and emotional investment. At this point, some people fall back into the narcissist's trap because it's incredibly hard to be on the receiving end of such emotional manipulation. But the key is to stand firm. Recognize that this is all part of the narcissist's strategy to regain control. It's not about you, it's about their inability to handle the loss of power over you. Something else that often happens when you stop caring is that the narcissist will quickly move on to someone else. They'll find a new, source of supply, someone who will give them the validation and admiration you've stopped providing. This can be painful to witness, especially if you still have lingering feelings for the narcissist, but it's important to remember that this new person is just another pawn in their game. The same patterns will eventually play out with them, and in time, they'll likely find themselves in the same position you're in now. Don't be jealous or feel inadequate when this happens. It's just further proof that the narcissist was never truly invested in you as a person. You were simply a means to an end. One of the hardest things about disengaging from a narcissist is accepting that they will never give you the closure or resolution you're looking for. Narcissists rarely apologize, and when they do, it's usually only to manipulate you into coming back. They don't reflect on their behavior, they don't grow or change, and they don't care about your emotional well-being. Once you stop caring, they'll eventually stop pretending to care too, and that can be a harsh realization. But it's also incredibly freeing. When you let go of the need for their approval, you can finally start to heal and move on. So, what's the takeaway here? When you stop caring about a narcissist, you take away their power. You break free from the toxic cycle of manipulation, control, and emotional abuse. It won't be easy. In fact, it'll probably be one of the hardest things you'll ever do. Narcissists are masters at pushing your buttons, playing on your insecurities, and getting under your skin. But if you stay strong, if you hold firm in your decision to disengage, you'll come out the other side feeling more empowered and in control of your life. At the end of the day, narcissists will always be narcissists. They won't change. But you can. You can choose to stop playing their game. You can choose to stop feeding their ego. You can choose to care about yourself more than you care about their approval. And when you do, you'll find that life is so much better without their constant drama, manipulation, and emotional abuse.